I decided to do APTT meetings because I felt like it was a different approach to parent-teacher conferences. In the past, my conferences have literally been 5 or 10 minutes, and I kind of felt like it was a waste of parents' time the way that I was doing my meetings in the past. So they would come in, if I needed to address a behavior issue or academic concerns, then the meetings would be longer. But for my students that were high, it was kind of like, okay, they're on target, thank you for coming, you can go. So I really saw this as an opportunity to just show parents how their students compare to the entire class, and just also give them tools and activities that they can do to help, even if their students are on track, they can do these activities to help them stay on track.
I came to this meeting also because I wanted to see at what level midway through the school that Jordan is at. What I have learned from my son Jarius is that kindergarten and first grade are the critical years of a child's life for development. And with school almost halfway over, I wanted to know, how was she at 50%, 60%, or what level in reading that she's at, or math, and where do I need to go from there?
Thank you all for coming. As you know, this is our 3rd APTT meeting, and I really appreciate those of you who came in September and November. I think it has made such a difference in your child's progress, the way that you have been involved with them and working with them at home on our most important reading and math goals. So we'll continue to talk about those goals, how they're progressing, and some more activities that you can do at home with them. But we're going to start off with a little icebreaker. We're going to play 2 truths and a lie. I don't know if any of you all have ever played it, but before we start, we're going to share your name and go around, share your name and then your child's name so everyone is familiar with each other. We can start here. So why are we here? So we're here to see how your child is doing on our most important reading and math skills goal. Math skills, and those skills are the same that we talked about in our first and second meetings. And we're also here to share what you've been doing at home to help your child reach those goals. As you can tell, your child is learning a lot of new things, and some of those things have been due to you. You're the most important partner with school to help your child grow. We're also here to identify some more activities that you can help your child do at home to reach those goals. So I've already sent home some activities that you can do, but we're going to learn about some more activities today. And we're also here to set a new goal for your child's progress in May and to commit actions to those goals. So we're going to talk about what things are you going to do at home to help make sure that your child is still on the path to reaching those goals. From anyone who was at the meeting in September and November, do you remember our most important reading skill?
Sight words?
Yes, sight words, of course. Sight words are so important. So can someone give me an example of a sight word?
See.
See. You.
We.
So all of those, yes, like you said, are sight words. Anything that you read in a magazine, in a newspaper, in a book, they're going to have sight words. And sight words are words that can't be sounded out. So instead of teaching students to, sound out each part of the word like you would do a word like cat, these words are just words that students need to be able to see and be able to just read immediately. So these types of words, we do a drill and practice and different activities to help them learn the words. So we're just going to go around and share some of the activities that you've been doing at home to help your child learn these sight words.
Well, I make flashcards, and sometimes when I think they're slipping, I'll pop quiz, like how do you spell so-and-so, or how do you spell that, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I might use it in a sentence if they're not understanding what I'm saying.
Okay, so how we're doing on our goals. So everyone take out this graph here. So at the bottom of the graph is your child's number. The number is also found on the right pocket of their folder, but it's also highlighted or circled as well. Before I have you look at your child's information, we're going to practice with my own information. So I'm number 25, if everyone can point to number 25 at the bottom. And then on the left side is a number of sight words. If you're looking at 25 and then go across to the left, how many sight words have I learned? It would be the top of the green. So now I want you to point to your child's number and then go to the top of that and look to the left. to see how many sight words they know now. By May, students will be able to read 90 sight words. So that might seem like a large number, but we're only in February, and as you can tell on the graph, we are making a lot of progress with sight words. And by the end of June, students should be able to read 100 sight words. So based on your child's progress and where you see them growing, and based on what you've been doing at home and what we will be doing in school, please write a goal for your child for May. So our class goal is 90, but you can set a goal higher or lower than that 90 based on what you know about your child. So we are here. Excuse me. So Khalees's number is highlighted. So we're gonna move on to some activities that you can do with your child to help them learn these sight words. Another activity is Play-Doh sight words. So that's what the Play-Doh is for. In class, we use these Play-Doh mats. Can I see your Play-Doh? So we use these Play-Doh mats. I have them take off a little piece of Play-Doh, roll it, and just make the letters and the words, and they stick it on. But you can do it with flashcards, or just even give them a word, tell them a word. Okay, spell he. Have them make it with the Play-Doh. So if she didn't know that word, we just went on to the next word. And then some words she might have just picked up, you know, from reading books and things, you know, being things. We're going to move on to math now. All right, so what is our most important math skill? Our most important math skill is matching numbers to its quantity. So for example, seeing the number 2 and being able to match the number 2 to 2 objects. So if I show them the number 2, they're able to say that's a number 2, and they're able to give me 2 cubes, for example. And this is important because it helps with the foundation of math and really helps them understand what that number looks like. So how is our class doing on this goal? So if you turn from the first graph to the second graph, you read it the exact same way. Your child's number is highlighted at the bottom, and the number that they're able to recognize as well as match numbers, match the quantity to, is on the left side. So our goal for May is for them to be able to match numbers and its quantities to 40. So numbers 1 through 40, recognizing those numbers as well as matching the quantity to that number. So because students are doing such a great job identifying numbers and writing and matching those numbers to a quantity, as you can see, over half the class has met the goal for February. So they're doing very well and progressing with those goals. I've added a new goal. The new math skill is to fluently add and subtract. So fluently means that they're able to tell me immediately what 1 plus 1 is, or what 2 plus 3 is, or 5 plus 1. And that they're able to give it quickly without using their fingers or any objects to tell me what that number is. So the activity for you all to take home are these. This is a puzzle. So you can take the time, you can take a second now, or take some minutes now to just cut on the lines and cut it out. And in the end, you should have 5 pieces, the center number, and then 4 pieces that go around. So this is a puzzle that we use in school. And so they have the number 3. And so like Miss Coley was explaining, Kenya will go home and say, how do you make 5? And so what she's asking is, what 2 numbers make 5? So 5 plus 0, or 6 minus 1. So that's what's around the puzzle pieces. So that's what the scissors are for you to cut out the puzzle pieces. So you would pick one of the circles, and you would put it down, and then show them one of the side 4 pieces, and ask, what's 3 plus 2? And so they can say yes, it equals 1, or no, that it doesn't. And if they say yes, they can try to see if it'll fit on there and with the other pieces that they say yes to. And it's self-correcting, meaning that they can quickly be able to tell, like, okay, well, 3 plus 2 doesn't equal 1 because all the pieces don't fit together. Thank you. Our last APTT meeting is going to be in May, but that's an individual meeting where we'll set a time where we can meet one-on-one to talk about where your child is. We will also talk about some things that you can be doing over the summer to help continue to prepare your child for first grade, and just to make sure that they stay on track with the goals that we have talked about.
As I saw the data that was set and the goals that was set for Jordan, she's at 52% on her sight words. So my goal for her is, since I talked to Ms. Muhammad, every month she assesses the kids. So Jordan will be assessed at the end of February. So my goal for her to be 10 more each month. So I'm going for the target to know the whole number of sight words, which is about 130.
I think it'll be a big help for them. And it's helping because she learned, quite more sight words, and she's doing good with her adding and subtraction. Like at home, she does the little cards, and she comes up to me and she's like, "Mommy, 1 + 1 is 2," and she shows me little sight words like when we at home in the newspaper and things like that. So I think it's good. It's really helping her.
I have seen so much growth with the students. And I know I'm able to talk to parents about the skill. They understand what the skill is. They understand what they can do at home. So I think what makes it worth it is that the parents are trying. There's more effort on the parents' part. They're playing a bigger role in their child's education. You are able to see the amount of growth students make and the progress that they're making, not only in your classroom, but the way it affects the relationship with their parents.